Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome to the Love Cup. Yes, the Love Cup is beginning. It may have already begun by the time you're watching this video, but we are taking a look at some of the best teams, or at least some interesting teams that you can use, as well as the best of the best Pokemon. So huge shout out to pvpoke.com as always. These graphics probably would not be possible without him, so thank you so much, PV Pokey. But either way, let's go ahead and dive right into it. The Love Cup. This is the second time the Love Cup is available. So very cool. I remember it vaguely from last year. I remember some of the popular Pokemon like Scolipede I used last year. So definitely really cool to see it back during this Valentine's Day again. So for the S Plus tier, we do have Talonflame. Now Talonflame, I actually don't think was around last Love Cup, right? I think we got the Fletchling Community Day. Did we have it by then? I don't think we did. I mean, we had the Talonflame, I think, but I don't think it had Incinerate. But either way, it's going to be number one in the Love Cup. I mean, of course, Incinerate and Talonflame, you know how powerful that is, right? So definitely keep an eye out for that. Lickitung, definitely going to be a solid pick. You do want an XL1, of course. I don't have an XL1. I'm not going to be using Lickitung at all. So, but if you have one, more power to you. It's definitely going to be really popular. Alomomola is another great pick. It was popular back in the original Love Cup last year. Still popular this year. Waterfall doing so much damage, guys. And really, honestly, is hardly anything that resisted. Only other water types. It's so good, especially with the fire types. Talonflame being huge. I think Alomomola is going to be really big. Then we have Makago, another Incinerate user. Now this did recently get a buff. I believe it was this season, right? It wasn't last season. But either way, it wasn't around during the original Love Cup, not with Incinerate. So, hey, I mean, another Incinerate user, a great pick for this meta. Metacham, always going to be good. We do have a decent amount, not a decent amount, a lot of Charm users in this meta. So we might actually see double Charm quite frequently. So if we do, Metacham might not be super common because of that. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but Metacham usually always a good pick to go with, so definitely in the S plus tier. The next up, we do have an S tier Charizard. I do think it takes a backseat to the Incinerate users, but it's still a good Pokemon. I mean, Charizard is a great Pokemon, always has been, always will be. It's one of my favorite Pokemon as well. Then we have an interesting one, Seaking. So Seaking, you actually need triple legacy moves on it. So Poison Jab, Drill Run, Icy Wind, all of them legacy. You do need the Elite Fast TM, 2 Elite Charge TMs to get it. So for that reason, I feel like a lot of trainers probably won't use this one. But if we happen to have it, I do think this is going to be a great pick. Then we have Galarian Slow Bro, so another really nice Pokemon, Poison Jab user, so going to be pretty solid. I mean, it's such a good Pokemon. Electrode was big last year in the Love Cup, and I see no reason why it wouldn't be big. Honestly, again, nothing is really resisting it. Like, I'm looking at this graphic, and there's no ground users, right, from what I can see. So nothing is resisting Volt Switch or Discharge. So it's either going to be dishing out neutral damage or super effective damage. Super effective damage against like Talonflame, Alomomola, Milotic, a lot of other big uses. So I do think Electrode is going to be huge. Or Shadow Electrode, which just came out. You could use either one. But Electrode is really squishy, so you might want to prefer the regular one, but still really powerful Pokemon. This is going to be everywhere, there's no doubt about it. Then we have the A tier, we have Scolipede. As I mentioned, it was popular last Love Cup. So I think it's gonna be okay. We have more fire types, Talonflame and Makago, for example, with Incinerate, and those are definitely gonna be common. So I feel like Scolipede gonna be taking a backseat this year. I don't think it's if people use it, I think it's gonna be more of a spice pick. I still think it's good, but I don't think it's gonna be used as much, of course, as it was last year. Then we have Wigglytuff, which is a really solid Charm user. As I mentioned, Charm really relevant in this meta, so that's why a lot of trainers probably going to be opting to run like the fire types that resist it, right? Or the poison types. But either way, Wigglytuff definitely a solid Charm user. Then we have Chansey. Yeah, they did nerf Chansey a little bit this season, but it's still bulky. It's still a great Pokemon, and you're probably still going to battle it if you happen to have an XL1. More power to you. It's a great Pokemon. Then we do have Milotic with Dragon Tail, getting to the moves. Well, I mean, doing a decent amount of damage and getting to the moves relatively fast, right? So Milotic is pretty bulky as well, and again, doing well against those fire types, right? For the other choices, we have a couple of Charm uses. We have Aromatisse and Clefable. I think Wigglytuff is a little bit better, but again, if you're going double Charm, you can go Wigglytuff and like Clefable or Sylveon or Aromatisse, something like that, if you're going double Charm. Now, there's nothing wrong with going double Charm if you want to. I don't feel like it's going to be as good this time around as maybe it was last Love Cup, because again, we have those fire types like Talonflame and Magcargo. We have poison types like Scolipede and Galarian Slowbros and Slowking, so I don't think it's going to be as good, but what power to you if you want to use that. We also have Ariados, which is another poison type, which I think probably could be a spice pick. We have Scrafty. Scrafty generally is good, but with the amount of Charm uses, honestly, I really wouldn't want to use Scrafty in this meta as much as I love Scrafty. And you guys know, if you watch my Ultra League streams, you know I love Scrafty, but it's not gonna do well, of course. Neither is Medicham, but at least Medicham is taking super effective damage, not double super effective damage. Plus, I mean, it can get off some powerful psychics against the Charm users, whereas Scrafty really cannot because it has Foul Play and Power Up Punch. So I wouldn't use Scrafty, I don't think, this meta, but it is viable. But I don't think I would use this one. Then we have Wormadam, which is a Steel type, and it's resisting those Charm users, so another great Pokemon. I think Wormadam probably going to be it's going to be okay. Again, it's really weak, of course, to the Fire type Incinerate users, so you just watch out for that, but it's still a good Pokemon. Crystal, another decent one, I think might be relevant. We talked about Sylveon, another Charm user if you want to go Sylveon. Lickilicky, I mean, Lickitung, XL Lickitung going to be better, so Lickilicky could be okay, but again, if you do have the Lickitung, I would definitely go with that one. Another Fire type, a couple more Fire types, an Incinerate user, another one, Darmanitan. It's not as good as Magcargo and Talonflame, but it is another Incinerate user. And Castform, the Sunny version, another Fire type, going to be okay, but again, I do think the Talonflame and Magcargo are going to be better than Castform. And then we have a Galarian Slowking, so pretty interesting, not too bad, not too bad. And then we have Scizor, which another Pokemon double weak to Fire. So again, those Pokemon that are weak to Fire, like Wormadam, Ariados, Scizor, not going to be that good just because Fire is going to be really solid, in my opinion. So this is what I think. This is my initial thought process. Of course, let me know what you think. But we're taking a look at the solid team options. So for the first team, we do have it's an ABB team, right? We do have double Fire in the back, and of course the double Fire in the back, both Incinerate users, they're going to be weak to Water. That's why I put Electrode on the lead. So I do feel like if you don't run into a Water type in the lead, you could safe swap into the Talonflame. Talonflame used as a safe swap. Lure out a possible Alomomola or Milotic, whatever water, if they have an answer, if they have a Water answer. And that way you'll know if they have a Water answer, because they'll bring it in once you bring in the Talonflame, and then they'll be able to knock it out. Maybe you can get a Shield of Brave Bird or do a lot of damage, and then you could bring an Electrode, go for the Fawn Down, or go for Discharge, whatever it happens to be, and maybe Magcargo can clean up. Maybe if you get a Shield advantage, because Talonflame is definitely good at getting Shield advantage, or flipping Switch because of Brave Bird, right? But you could see, so I think that could be an interesting team. And then next up we have Medicham in the lead with Alomomola and Talonflame. So a solid team. Alomomola is a great safe swap in my opinion. It was great last year for the Love Cup. Going to be great this year as well for the Love Cup, I think, because honestly, what is resisting Waterfall? Besides Water types, what is resisting it, right? Even if they bring in Electrode, if they have Electrode in the back, you say swap to Alomomola, you're still doing a lot of damage with Waterfall, right? So, because Electrode is really squishy, so because Electrode is not resisting Waterfall. So I do think Alomomola is a great safe swap, so that's why I put it on this team. And then Talonflame, of course, is a pretty good closer with Incinerate. So I think this team could work pretty well together. And then the last team, we do have another ABB team. We do have that Galarian Slowbro, as well as double Water. So again, this is going to do well against the double Fire team, should anybody be running the double Fire team. But again, Alomomola, great safe swap, and you could lure out any possible answers to Water types, like Electrode, for example. And again, Alomomola against Electrode is honestly not even that bad, because Alomomola is so tanky, plus, I mean, Electrode is taking a lot of damage because it's so squishy, and then you could lure out whatever possible answer they have to water types, and then you could bring in Milotic and do well with Milotic because you're probably going to bring out the only answer they have to water types. Right, so I think this could be a really solid team, and this is actually a team I do want to try. But these are just my initial thoughts on these three teams. Let me know what you think of these teams, and let me know what team you're going to be running in the Love Cup. Yeah, I'm excited to try it out. I will most likely be playing that cup over the other cups, the Master League, Premier Classic. I'm probably just going to be playing Love Cup for the most part. Anyway, I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.